Lots of chances.
Yeah.
No finish, but a point at home.
Yeah.
Just general thoughts on that and overall.
I think we should be pissed. We should be frustrated. We should be angry, because if we say, okay, we made the point, we are with the wrong mentality, because we should have won, because we were the best team for 75 minutes, from minute 15 to minutes 93. We had a lot of chances. We played well, so there's a lot of positive to look at it. But the general feeling should be that we should have had 5 points at the moment, and we have only 1. So that's the luck and something else. Because we are doing well, and we score goals. We will score goals. We will have the chance here. We need the luck and the management of some people in the game to do better.
Is there anything you can do? Like you said, you were generating chances. Brian had a couple really excellent chances in the first half. At the end there, Sergio was inches away from getting his foot on the ball. Like, how can you train through that?
We'll work more to finalize better. Today, to be honest, Brian, the goalkeeper, made 2 fantastic saves. So head on to the goalkeeper. And the shot of Goldie went out for a millimeter. The Sergio was like a millimeter late. So those are already 4 chances. They had 3 great chances too, because one is a great save by Yohei. One is they hit the crossbar when we scored. And then for me, the last one is a great chance, even the last one for Ferreira when Andres made a great, fantastic defensive play. So they had chances too. I don't want to say we dominate the game, because it's not true. It was I think a game played well by both teams, played better by us, and we need to score goals. Yeah.
Just wanted to follow up here a little bit about Brian White. We've seen him a number of times so far this season. He got the 1 goal, but so far kind of snake-bitten in MLS. Yet the desire is there. He seems to be moving where he's supposed to be. Can we just talk in general? What have you seen about Brian so far this season that you've enjoyed?
What you said, like the quality of the runs, the quality, the commitment, the pressure. And today actually was also there in that moment. Like the first chance that he created, he won, and then he shot a goal, and the second one is in between 2 big center back, and he attacked the space perfectly. So he scored goals Wednesday. I think the real Brian is now here, and we are happy to have him. And I think again, let's keep playing like this, because we win soon and a lot of games.
In the second half, you brought on Cordova on for Dahome, and it seemed like you were playing with a front 2. What was the reasoning behind playing for that for 20-odd minutes, and then why did you switch it in the 70th, going back to just having Cordova in the middle?
So the front 2 was only defensively. We were keeping the same system offensively with the 2-10. Brian was one of the 2-10 and Cordova the 9. But defensively, because they were, for me, building up too easily. They were beating our pressure too easily. We needed to have two strikers, again, 2 center backs. So, and then it went well actually, because we won a lot, much more ball, and they weren't able to build up too much. And actually, what they did, they put an additional center back, because they weren't able to get out, and they were scared. When I put Pedro, it's because I wanted to have a little bit more magic, and Pedro brought it actually. He had a couple of moments where he could have done, he made the cross and everything, and having 3 guys again up top, there were Goldie, Sergio and Pedro, because in the last 10 minutes I put also Matias and Ali, because I was thinking that we were playing better than them, so I said, okay, let's match up them and go no man to man, but same system against same system. So because I think we were doing better, and actually, in fact, we had the 2 chances to score at the end, but we didn't score.
And it does seem like a lot of the chances that the opposition are having are in the air. Is that something that concerns you, with your defense consistently getting out-jumped in the middle?
The first goal is not out-jumped. The first goal is, unfortunately, is a very bad positioning by our defense. And and it's not been enough jump. He jumped by himself, to be honest. And the second, when they hit the bar, that can happen. Like a big guy like Ibeaga and Ranko goes and someone wins the ball. So, and then I think that actually after that we did really well. So for sure we need to keep working on the defending the high ball, but the first was again a positional mistake.
On the topic of Sergio, what would you make of his progression, not just in this game, but just in general?
I think he's there offensively. I know that you see, guys, the fact that he didn't arrive on the ball, but actually he's there offensively. He won a lot of balls. He helped us arriving in the final third. He still has to improve defensively. I think we press and we defend in a specific set of tactics, and he does it like a switch on, switch off, because it's more individual what he does. And sometimes he's successful, but most of the time he does things when he's not supposed to do, and they beat us.
Also want to ask you, kind of similar to what I asked last week, about taking Julian off for this time 2 fullbacks and kind of switch to a back 5 near the end of the game. Well, can you explain the reasoning behind that?
Yeah, I told you, they were playing 3-4-3, them. I wanted to play 3-4-3 too against them. And Julian was a little tired. I thought that they had a fresh guy on the left. I was scared that he was not going to track back, and I said that I'm pissed for the point, but also I'm less pissed because we didn't lose.
Coach, there was a play near the end of the game with Tristan Blackman. It looked like he was interfered with. What was your opinion of the play? You looked maybe frustrated on the sidelines after that.
On that play, I think, at the end I think that, frustration can be there, and we can be... the referee are humans like us. They can make mistake. Like talking like we are in a bar, I think that the management of the game can be better. You shouldn't say it's not a foul and then whistle a foul. So that's what I think. And but in that specific play, I didn't think it was a penalty, to be honest.
What's the approach going to Honduras? Obviously, you have a 5-0 lead. Are you going to play some of the young guys? Maybe Thomas Hasol could get a start. What's the approach?
Yeah, we will do some rotation, not an heavy rotation. Okay, no, we're not gonna change 11 players. We're gonna make some rotation because, of course, there's 2 games next week and we have a strong roster. So some guys will play. We need to be there, go there, and be ready to face at least like a start of the other team. I think high energy, because for sure they will try to probably score a goal immediately and then try to capitalize on that. So we'll need to be very, very focused. And the game is not won yet. We are winning 5-0, and we need to do it in a way that we are not just defending, because if we score, I think, let's say if we score in the first half, then they have to score 7 goals. So kind of an unlucky. I know that one time the national team lost like 8-1 or whatever, and I think that if we do well in the first half, then we can think about game management in the second half, and rest some players for LA.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to follow up on the first goal. You said you had some players who were out of position. It seemed like in that instance, Dallas had put a lot of pressure on you guys, and there was a lot of scrambling. Couldn't quite get the clearance. Is that kind of, to have players out of position, it just seems kind of natural in a
Yeah,
scramble
but
like
again, it wasn't immediately after the set plays. It was set plays, we defend, boom, 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 and then we had our back 4 was there. Unfortunately, we should be aligned, and we were a little bit like this, but it's okay. Sometimes can happen, and again, it happened once or twice in this game. To be honest, the back line did a fantastic job staying high, staying in line on this long ball for Ariola, for Velasco, and for Ferreira. A lot of time they were offside. The other team, a lot of time we dealt really, really well. So, but we need to be honest. When we made a mistake, we need to be better.